Yo, it's Mac from the Everyday Nobody's podcast. I know you see the title, so let's get straight to it. Wack100 is still a monster, but I must say, he's a puppet master for sure. So I was just watching Trap Lil Ross on Vlad TV, and he was kind of reliving the moment when Wack pressed him at No Jumper.
You know I'm allowing you to question me right now, right?
I appreciate it.
Because you did some punk shit the other day. See, the only difference is you usually do what you did the other day sitting over there in London somewhere, right? And you're not here, right? It's a lot of places you can't go. So since you read everything, right? Tread lightly with this. Because I've been telling myself for the last couple minutes not to really do nothing to you because I know what you was trying to do.
He was explaining how Wack and him got into it because in one of his videos, he called Wack an extortionist. And so Wack was like, I've never extorted you a day in my life. And since you're putting that out there, I'll just take your channel via litigation. Now they're cool. Trap Lil Ross and Wack, they've created a good bond. You know, Trap Lil Ross, he's going to do Blueface's documentary when he gets out of jail. And it's going to do, you know, big things. But the most important part of this interview was this part right here.
I've been wanting to have a platform to say this. And this ain't me trying to say Wack does any kind of nefarious activity, but Wack has the content creators on the ropes, for sure. He's got the content creators walking on eggshells. He's got everyone where he needs them to be. I feel like Wack is like the Suge Knight of YouTube right now. He's Death Row Digital. He is. I wouldn't be surprised you might catch Wack like dangling neon off a balcony somewhere.
Trap basically exposed that Wack100 has the interview streets in a chokehold. I'm starting to really realize, yes, he's a snake, but he's playing chess. Like, if you pay attention, Wack100 is using the same method over and over again, and it just keeps working. So basically what Wack100 does, he either flexes on you and shows that, hey, he can bully you on some death row stuff, or he flexes on you another way by basically saying, hey, you either work with me or I'll expose something about you. That's really what he does to everybody. He'll start off beefing with you, and then he'll say, hey, I could end you, but I think it'll be better if we was friends. And then he creates a relationship with these people. Let's take Vlad, for instance. Vlad and Wack, before they became cool, as of recently, they had beef for like 10 years for the I Hit It First video shoot going wrong.
First of all, Vlad, so you rolling through it. Let's talk about what you took pictures of. Our whole rollout and gimmick to this song, I Hit It First, was we had a Kim Kardashian lookalike.
I didn't know. I didn't know this whole secretive thing.
And her name was
what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm wrong.
Lopa or some shit like that.
I'm wrong because I didn't go through the proper channels and everything else.
So when you release,
all hell breaks loose.
All hell break loose.
Me and you get on the phone. Me and you get on the phone, and an argument ensues.
I'm hot.
You're hot. And I start to apologize, but you're not having it. And then, you know, it starts to escalate. You start saying, I'm going to have you and everything else like that.
I didn't say that.
You said something like that.
I said, you're going to fuck around and get touched.
Okay. Where Vlad took some footage and posted it, and I guess it was supposed to be a secret until the video actually came out. Wack, for 10 years, was saying when he sees Vlad, he's going to put hands on him. And he said he was running around all through L.A. on Paru, and he was going to put hands on Vlad. Now Wack is a recurring guest because he showed, there is some value that he has. He can still bully you. He can still go out of his way to try to expose things. That's why he has the exposers. But all in all, he's found a way to cozy up with Vlad to get in his pocket. And now he can use Vlad for whatever he needs. And he's a recurring guest. Adam22, it's the same way. Back when AD was on the show, it was a couple years ago, AD and Adam were having a conversation and they brought up Wack. And Wack was like, I wanted to put hands on you. And he didn't even really have a good reason. He was just like, I didn't like Adam. I wanted to put hands on him. The only reason why I didn't is because he gave my nephew a job, meaning AD. Now, if you pay attention, Wack has his own show at No Jumper. It's called The Wack and Adam Show. So once again, Wack, he shows, hey, I can bully you. And then he eases his way in. He shows where his strong points are. And then now he can use you for whatever he wants. Same thing with Wack and DJ Akademiks. DJ Akademiks, he's a known vlogger. But anytime it's on some street stuff and he questions Wack, Wack goes off on him. Like, Wack be getting flagrantly disrespectful with Akademiks, and Akademiks just kind of rolls with the punches. He don't take nothing personal. And I do think it's kind of odd that he does that, because anybody else who would talk to him like that, Akademiks would go crazy on. But there's something about Wack where he is afraid of him, because Wack has showed, one, I can expose you, but he also can flex his muscle and show, hey, it would be better if we're just friends. So that's where they're at right now. But at any moment, he'll snap on Akademiks, and Ak wouldn't do anything about it.
I ain't gonna tell you again, bro.
Okay.
Stop trying to put me in something.
No. I was just giving a scenario.
They gonna subpoena you about some shit got nothing to do with you, bro.
I would hope not.
You and the rest of these stop trying to incorporate me in something that ain't got nothing to do with me, homie. You know.
Poetik Flakko, that's another one. Wack100, he had a lot of bad things to say about Flakko. He flexed his muscles, showed who he is, and now Flakko wouldn't dare say anything bad about Wack100.
Find out what it is.
Wait, but like No Jumper is not my platform, it's Adam's platform, right? And the show itself.
Hey, Flakko, pump. Hey, listen. Hold on.
What though?
Wax has showed him, hey, I can be a problem for you if you make me be a problem. Anytime you hear Flakko talk about Wack, he's like, yo, Wack is a general. He thinks these street guys should never mess with him because he's a general. And that's because Wack has put a lot of fear in Flakko. And now Wack can use Flakko whenever he needs him. So I'm paying attention. Like, it's all the same game every time. Now, with Wack having all these people in his back pocket, it doesn't mean that he can't use his powers for evil too. Where's Loose Cannon right now? He's in prison or jail, whatever. Look at where Big U is. Now, I can't prove that Wack has something to do with it, but I do find it odd that a lot of Wack's enemy's career go down the drain once he gets close to him. So now we fast forward to last week. Wack100 and Charleston White finally crossed paths on the Danza project. Now, for them to have been going at it the way they did for all these years, I did expect more fireworks, but they were actually pretty tame throughout the conversation. I think the most entertaining part is Charleston was getting pressed about that videotape where he was, telling in court. And Charleston was just going off. Like, Charleston was still, for the most part, himself. He was poking at Wack, and Wack kind of poked at him, but it just wasn't what we were expecting.
Need another 3 years.
So you tell him you did a 7-year jump.
I mean, fuck you, nigga. I just said what I said, dumbass nigga. Let me ask you another question. 14 to 21, nigga.
So let me ask you another question.
I'm saying all this to say I am paying attention to him because he is a puppet master. He's either going to bring Charleston in so he can use them for something and they can use each other, or he's going to bring Charleston in and double cross him. So if you hear that Charleston White ends up in jail, or the Danza project ends up in jail, just know Wack probably had something to do with it. But what do I know? I'm just an everyday nobody. Tell me what you think. You think Wack is purposely manipulating these situations so he can get closer to who's hot? Or is it all just a coincidence and I'm just making it up in my head? Tell me what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.